All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an absolutely brilliant short story by the one and only Chinua Achebe. It's called The Voter, and trust me, it packs a huge punch about what happens when democracy, well, when it gets a little spoiled. So, you might think a story called The Voter is all about politics, right? Well, not exactly. It really starts with a deep personal crisis. The whole story hinges on just one guy stuck in a situation where there's just no good way out. And that's the core of it right there. What would you do if you were forced to choose between loyalty to someone you work for and a sacred oath you've sworn? That's exactly where our main character finds himself. He's literally trapped. Now this guy, everyone calls him Ruf. And Ruf isn't just some random voter. Nope, he's the guy. He's the expert political campaigner in his village of Umuofia. He's popular, he's trusted, and he knows how to get things done. But his loyalty is about to be put to the ultimate test.
Okay, so to really get why this is such a big deal for Ruf, we gotta zoom out a little. We have to understand the world this story is set in, the world of post-colonial Nigeria that Achebe is writing about.
And the author, Chinua Achebe. I mean, what can you say? He's one of the most influential African writers of his generation, famous for his classic novel, Things Fall Apart. For Achebe, art wasn't just for entertainment. It had to have a purpose. It had to tackle society's big problems. So he sets this story in a village called Umuofia. If you've read Things Fall Apart, that'll sound familiar. And Umuofia here is basically a microcosm, like a tiny snapshot of everything that was going on. It's a place trying to figure out this whole new democracy thing, and it's just filled with corruption and superstition.
Right. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of the politics here. How does this democracy actually work in Umuofia? Well, we can see it all play out through the key players involved.
First up, you've got the incumbent, the guy in power, Chief the Honorable Marcus Ibe. Before he got into politics, he was a poor mission school teacher. Now, he's rolling in it. He's got 2 cars, a mansion, but get this, his own village. The people who vote for him, they still don't have running water or electricity. He even installed a private power plant just for his own house.
So you think, okay, well, maybe the opposition is better? Nope. And this is where it gets really brilliant. You look at the challenger, Maduka, and his party, and it's an illusion of choice. Both candidates are bribing voters with money. Both use campaign managers to hand out cash. The only real difference? Maduka's team uses superstition. They bring in a local god, an E, to scare people into voting for them. And who's stuck right in the middle of all this? Our guy, Ruf. He's the expert campaign manager for Marcus Ibe, and he is good at his job. He's skilled at, well, exploiting the ignorance of the masses to win votes for his boss.
All right, let's fast forward to the election itself. This is where we see how this whole corrupt system plays out. And honestly, it's just a masterclass in irony.
And, you know, the villagers aren't just innocent bystanders in all this. They've figured out the game. The elders have this great quote, basically saying, hey, this is our one chance to get paid before the election. Let's get what we can.
So the night before the big vote, guess who shows up at Ruf's store? The opposition. And they offer him £5, a lot of money back then, just for his personal vote. This is Ruf, Marcus's loyal campaign guy.
But here's the catch. It's not just about the money. To seal the deal, they make him swear an oath to a powerful local deity, the E. And in his culture, that is a huge deal. He's genuinely terrified of what will happen if he breaks that promise.
So, this all leads up to the climax, inside the voting booth. Ruf is completely trapped. He's loyal to his boss, Marcus, but he's also sworn this sacred oath to the III to vote for Maduka. What on earth is he gonna do?
And then, an idea strikes him. Quick as lightning, he tears his ballot paper right in half. He puts one piece in the box for his boss, Marcus, and the other piece in the box for Maduka. He thinks he's a genius. He has figured it out, right? He's satisfied both sides.
But what did he actually do? He spoiled his vote. In the real world, you can't do that. His clever little trick just made his vote invalid. It didn't count for anyone.
And this is the ultimate irony. Earlier that same day, Ruf was telling people how to vote, saying, don't look at the other ballot with the man's head on it. It's for those whose heads are not correct. And now look at him. He's the one whose head isn't correct, trying to satisfy 2 masters, and ending up satisfying none.
So why does this story still matter? I mean, it's just one little story about one voter in one village. What's the big deal?
While the endearing message is just so powerful, Achebe is showing us that corruption cheapens the whole idea of democracy. It shows that leaders have to be held accountable and that political betrayal harms the whole community. You just can't have real development without integrity.
And that's why this story is absolutely timeless. It's a warning about how easily the promise of democracy can be broken when things like personal gain and tribal politics take over instead of actual public service.
So Achebe leaves us with this really tough question. When the system itself is corrupt from top to bottom, what is the value of a single vote? In a world of bribes and broken promises, what does casting your ballot really even mean? It's a thought that's just as powerful today as it was when he first wrote it.